Alright guys, working on the truck camper here and getting the inside figured out. So I'm working on some of the wood today. Not this piece, that's just been using that for different things. But this is the color of the countertop I'm going to use. Just using some regular, I think it's like 3/4 inch wood. And I'm going to stain it this color and then put a couple good layers of polyurethane on here. And now I'm at the same time getting the table figured out. I'm going to finish a little bench area. This is going to be my little table. Still have to round the edges. I think I'm going to use just something like this. Put it on the edge, and then I'll have the same corner on all the edges if I use the same circle. I have some 320 laying around. I'm just going to use that. So the stain I'm using is gunstock. Thought it would go good with the camper. Wanted like lighter floors. Should match the floor decently well. I wanted like wood floors, wood tables, anything that's like flat. I want it to be like a light wood color. And then I wanted the walls to be dark, just so you can't see in there as well. Now I'm just gonna stain my table. Same color that I'm using for the countertop. I'm gonna finish staining my countertop here while I'm at it. Alright, so I got some old polyurethane. I don't know if it's good or not. I don't think it goes bad, but if this isn't enough, then I'll have to get some more. Been sitting out in my shed. We'll see how it goes. A little heavier here. All right. Looked like it worked pretty good. This is what it looks like after 2 decently thick coats, pretty thick. So now I'm gonna figure out where I wanna actually mount this table. I think this is pretty much where I want it. Plenty enough room for a laptop, dinner plate, a dinner. Even 2 people could probably fit. If you have an extra guest, this just comes all the way down, right there. I think I want to make something right here that is just gonna sit against here, and it can be on hinges, and then it can flip up, and then that'll be like the full bed if someone wants to sleep here. It sits right into place. Now it doesn't really wiggle at all. Works good. Just a little table. Alright guys, it's super windy out, so I'm standing inside my camper talking, but I'm going to be finishing up my table and my countertop today. So I got this all off right now. My table off. I've been working on this stuff too. Got all this done, but just giving you a warning, it's super windy out there. I'm going to try to explain it. So I wasn't happy with this one, so I got a new piece of plywood. That was common board, I believe it was called. So I got another piece of plywood, the same as the table, and I just traced it onto there, cut it out, and I stained it and put a coat of poly on. Now what I'm gonna do, I messed this one up real bad. So there's some real thick layers of stuff on here. Just not ideal, and it started bending on me a little bit, so just decided to scrap that one. But this is what I'm going to do now. I want to have a nice thick coat on the top, so I'm using this glaze coat. I bought this at Home Depot. I think this was like 26 bucks. But you can see I already added 1 layer to my table here. I followed the directions and everything. But yesterday, when I applied this coat to the top, there were still a few spots where the polyurethane was curing, so it made a chemical reaction. But now that everything's dry, I'm going to add 1 final coat to this today. So this is the only thing that I put a coat of this glaze coat on so far. Still have to do this piece, and then this one right here. This one little box should be plenty to cover all this. It's important that you mix the exact same amount of both A and B. Okay. Then you mix B into A. And now you gotta mix for 6 minutes. And after you're done mixing for this 6 minutes, you pour it into a clean cup, like this one, and then mix for another 6 minutes, and then you're good to go. And after it's all kind of set, you have to go back over it. I have a heat gun I'm going to go over it with. Have a nice spot inside for it to dry. Alright guys, I'm pretty much finished mixing this. Been mixing this for about 12 minutes now. It's ready to go. I'm going to put most of it on this one, put a small coat on that table since I already put a coat on that, and then put the rest on these 2 little pieces. Start here, I'll try to pour in the middle. Try to get this covered. spread out this guy. Don't want to hold it in one spot for too long. Alright guys, let's check out the final product. And here she is. So my table turned out pretty nice. Those little spots where there was that chemical reaction from the first coat, the second coat covered it pretty good, but not perfect. If you get down here, down to eye level, you can kind of see there's a little bit of crevice still left. It self-leveled most of it, but not all of it. But the rest of it is really nice. First time I ever worked with this clear epoxy stuff. I always thought it was really cool and wanted to do some stuff. I'm going to do some more stuff here in the future with it. But this table turned out pretty nice. A little bit of imperfections, that just makes it mine. Always remind me of that I did it. But yeah, so table turned out really nice. I'm happy with it. And then the countertop, I'm also very happy with this. This table turned out a little bit darker than I wanted, but this countertop, this is pretty much the color that I was going for. So I got a little piece back there, got this main piece, and then this little square. I could have cut this all out of one big piece of plywood, but I just decided not to. Even if I wanted to, I could now. I could buy like a 4x8 sheet and just put this on there and then trace it all out. But this seam right there doesn't bother me. And then right here, all this gets covered up by the sink. So the sink's gonna go in there. And you only see a tiny little bit right there. So I'm not even worried about it. Really happy with the shine that the finished product has. And yeah, definitely a different look. I don't see a lot of people doing like a plywood countertop, so definitely unique, and I'm definitely happy with it. Now, I didn't get it perfect. I didn't have a totally dust-free environment, so there's a few little specks of dust and a couple bugs here and there, but for the most part it's really nice, really smooth. It's not totally dry yet, so I'm not gonna like smear my hands all over it. This is like the second time ever that I messed with like wood stain and polyurethane and stuff like that. So for my second time ever, I think it turned out pretty good. I actually been making lots of progress. I'm getting it all wrapped up. So with this done, or the tabletop and the kitchen counter, now I can finish like the cabinets. I think I'm gonna do some white cabinets just to offset everything, and then it'll match the trim that I'm going to use that's going to go over everything, and then the white ceiling. So I think some white cabinets will make everything look nice and brighten it up a little bit, because I did want the walls to be dark, but I wouldn't mind to brighten it up a little bit. So all these cabinets are going to be white, and I think I'm going to build some above storage cabinets here and right here, and those will be white as well. But yeah, coming along sweet. The only thing I got left to do really finish this closet. I have it all figured out. Just gonna put another piece of these panels on the bottom here. Gonna have a little thing right here that just lifts up, and it will be like a big trunk in here that you can have a bunch of storage, and then put like whatever extra shoes and stuff in here if you want to, and then hang clothes, and then maybe even another shelf up top. We'll see. Gotta finish my bathroom. I just have to get my plastic paneling, and all these guys, they have hinges on them now, so you can get to underneath. I still have to clean everything up, but you can get underneath this, and this is all for the electrical stuff. I can run wires under here. my plug for my battery that I can plug in is going to come in through here and actually come in through a little corner right here, a little corner hole. That's where I'll be able to plug my battery in. Battery over here, this is on a hinge too, so I can access all the battery stuff. My diesel heater is going to go under there, and another water tank for my sink. So yeah, I think I got it all figured out. This camper's come a long way. It's actually really nice now. Can't wait to take it on some adventures. I'm gonna have to make some changes this summer. I'm gonna sell my Escalade and buy a different truck. But yeah guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully this helps you out if you were trying to decide whether or not you could do some type of cheap wood. I'm trying to keep the weight down in this camper, so that's why I didn't go with like a butcher block or anything. And I'm trying to keep it cost effective too. So this whole little project, the tabletop and the kitchen, cost me under $100. So yeah, I think I saved some money and saved some weight. If you did enjoy, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next video. And do me a favor and drop a big thumbs up, guys. Thanks. So I hope you have a great day. Peace.